Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And actually, today's Saturday. I'm so sorry. Look, see, my days are just everywhere because I'm always doing something. I always have so many things going on. Like I told you last week, I always look forward to my Sundays because Sunday is where I actually do my big planning, and I'm always planning things for my week, and I'm excited for my following week. I'm always excited for every week, as you should be excited for every single week that you have coming up. You should be excited for the things that you're doing. Today, I want to talk to you about mindfulness because right now we are about to open up the world, the country, from the pandemic and COVID. So they're allowing more, freedom as far as going out. And I want to tackle mindfulness because it is a very big key point to you changing the structure in your life to the way you want it, whether good or bad or indifferent, however you want to move. Your mindfulness is going to be the key to the economy opening back up, to going back to work. Some people have to go back to the office. There's so many things and changes that are going to take place over this next 6 months. And not only that, we are already in May. We are almost halfway through this year. We're halfway through the second quarter, but definitely almost halfway through this year. So let's talk about mindfulness and how do we actually increase our mindfulness so we can get the things out of our life that we want and that are very dear to us and that is more comfortable for our life. One I want to go over is increase your attention to things, right? So meditation helps with that. And when you're meditating, you help increase your mindset to what you want to think about, what you want to do, and you also able to still your thoughts and create a better environment to create in. Mindfulness is good when it comes to meditation because with meditation, you're able to control what you're thinking about. And we all know that we have thoughts that run like crazy every single day, all day long. Your mind is going from the time that you wake up to the time that you go back to sleep. So that is, you're going to have some big, ideas. You're going to have really some great focus with your mind and your thoughts so you can create everything that you want to create in your life. So let's get in this. How to be present, right? The way you can be present in your everyday life is to consciously think of what you're doing and focus completely on what you're doing, where you're doing it, and why you're doing it. Like, be in the present. If you are in there washing dishes, pay attention to every dish you wash, like how you washed it, what it looked like, take account to be present in everything that you're doing, regardless if you've done it before and it's become a habit of like washing dishes or vacuuming or driving. Those things don't take a lot of thought process because we've been doing it for so long that it's become a habit that we don't even have to think about it while we're doing it. We could just do it without thinking. But you don't want to be in that state of mind because that's not being mindfulness. That's just kind of drifting is what they call it. When you're drifting and you're just going off of your natural habit instead of actually thinking about what you're doing and paying attention to what you're doing and actually taking account of your surroundings and your space around you. Know what you're doing, know what's going on around you, right? So that's helping you to be mindful. Being intentional. You want to be intentional. You want everything that you're doing to be something that you actually thought of doing and decided to do it. Right? So be intentional what you're doing. Be intentional when you wake up in the morning, sit there or just lay there. Just lay there. Just hang out in the bed. Just lay there, open your eyes, lay in the bed and think about your intentions for that day. What am I going to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to accomplish on my goals so I can actually start to move the needle forward and see a lot more change, a lot more manifestations. As you would like to call them, they're called manifestations. What are you manifesting in your life through your thoughts, right? So mindfulness plays a very big part in that because you're thinking of something all the time and you don't want those thoughts, especially if they're bad thoughts or thoughts that you don't want of fear and worry or doubt to become present in your life. The way that you stop that from being present in your life is actually think about what you want to do, have intentions on how you want your day to go, what you want to discover, and the opportunities that you're going to have that day to move you closer to your success in your life. To better understand yourself and the world around you, you're going to need social awareness and self-awareness. And there's so many tests online that you could take to actually measure your self-awareness and also measure your social awareness. How aware are you of your surroundings and how aware are you of yourself? Like, there's a lot of information that we encounter every single day with other people and with ourselves. But if we're not paying attention to our outside world or to ourselves in this outside world, we have no idea where to start, what to change, or how to change it, because we're not aware of what needs to be changed. Your awareness will increase your attention to self, so you'll know what you need to change and what you don't. And we'll get deeper into that in this hour, that as we're going to be talking. I'm really going to get into that because I think it is very important that you are aware of what you're doing, you are aware of what you're thinking, and you are aware of your surroundings. Because as you increase your social awareness and self-awareness, you're going to see that your attention to details and attention to your life and what happens in it is going to increase. So you're going to be more of the player in the game, like the star player, the starter, versus being the sideline bench warmer, watching the game from the side with the coach. You're going to be in the game. So you don't want to be on the sideline. You want to be in the game. And the way you get in the game of your life is to increase your self-awareness and your social awareness so you'll know how to participate in the game that you're playing. Control thoughts, right? You don't want to worry about my bills. You don't want to worry about, well, I don't have my bills to pay. I have my kids to take care of. My kids are in school. My kids are not in school. Don't worry about what's going on in your present life. Don't be in fear of what's going to come in your future. And don't be in doubt of what you can accomplish in your present, right? I'll say that again. Do not worry about things you can't control, especially things in your past. Don't worry about those, right? Don't be in fear of what you don't know. And usually we get fearful of things that we don't know or don't understand, like our future. Don't worry about that. Don't be in fear of your future and what's going to happen. And definitely don't doubt yourself of what you can accomplish right now, today, in your present. Because there's so many things that you can accomplish by being aware. Because once you're aware, you know what you need to do, what you need to change. And with a little bit of research, sometimes you'll understand how you need to change it, right? So let's also move to the next one, which is choosing a different frequency. And I love this because your thoughts send out a frequency. So I need you to really understand that. So I'm going to say that again. Your thoughts send out a frequency into this world, into this universe, into your world, right? And those frequencies determine what you're going to manifest. What are you going to create? What are you going to allow into your life, into your world, into your space? What are you allowing into your space? And what you allow into your space are created by your thoughts. Your thoughts will create what goes on in your life, in your everyday life. So be so attentive and so aware of what you're thinking about, which is why you need to be in the present moment. And also meditate so you can slow down your thoughts. You can learn how to slow your thoughts down, to be more in the consciousness of awareness and knowing what you're doing every single day and not drifting day to day and thinking, well, what happened to the time? Oh my goodness, like I didn't do anything. Or I wonder what I would have accomplished if I would have. You don't want to have those thoughts. So if you are aware and you're in your consciousness, you are right here in the present moment, being intentional, you won't have those missed moments of opportunities. You won't have those missed moments of increasing your thought power. And you won't have those missed moments of raising your vibrations to understand yourself and allowing that frequency of goodness to radiate out within your life into your world. So those good thoughts and those good habits that you'll create from those better thoughts in a raised consciousness, you will be able to have a better outcome and better results in your life, because it's all about the results, right? And you need to deepen your focus. And you can deepen your focus with meditation. And as you're deepening your focus, you're able to focus on not thinking about fear, lack, doubt, worry, and having a scarcity mindset. So be in the present by deepening your focus on what you're doing. If you're washing dishes, be completely in there washing dishes. Don't think about all the things that you need to do, should have done, could have done, and need to do in the minute, because you're actually thinking about what you know, all the negative thoughts, right? And those negative thoughts will create negative frequencies, and those negative frequencies are going to find their way into your life, because like attracts like. So if you're thinking negatively, you're going to get negative results. Look at your results in your life. If your results are where you want them to be, then you're perfectly right on track. If your results are not where you want them to be, then there are some modifications and changes that you will have to do to get your thoughts there. And it does take practice. This does not happen because you think, I'm going to be a better thinker, I'm going to think more positive, I'm going to do this. And just because you said you're going to do it does not necessarily mean that it's going to happen like that. You actually have to practice mindfulness. You have to practice meditation. You have to practice thinking positive, because those are not things that you're used to. You're used to thinking negative, so you're going to have negative thoughts majority of the time. So now you want to switch the channel and think more positively majority of the time, and take that 80% of negative thoughts that we naturally have every day, which is statistically proven, and change it to 80% positive thoughts in your day, because that will change the results in your life. So you could create better things that you want by creating better thoughts that you want to think about in a life that you want to live. That's one, right? Number two, be in alignment with your values. Now, this is a funny one, because a lot of times people don't think about their values and their value systems and how it plays an amazingly huge part in your life, in the decisions that you make in your life. You have to really consider your values. What do you hold near and dear to your heart in your life? What do you care immensely about? Where is your passions? A lot of people's passion is working, so they're workaholics. A lot of people's passion is home, so they'd rather be at home taking care of the kids or just the house in general, or just being a homebody. So it just depends on what your values are. If your values are nervousness or being in fear of being sick, you'll tend to be home more often because you don't want to be outside because of COVID. So where are your values? And your values should be so high that you're not thinking about going outside and getting sick, because that's a negative thought. And like we said, remove all the negativity and increase the positivity will increase the results for your life and what you produce in your life through intent and being intentional, through being conscious in the moment, in the right now. Be intentional in the right now. So being in alignment with your values, you don't want to say one thing and then do something else, right? And a lot of times we get caught up with that because it's easy to be around a lot of different people or the masses, right? And they all choose a particular thing. Let's say everybody chooses to go outside and you want to be inside. So you're saying, yeah, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside with you guys. As soon as it opens up, I'm going out. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a ball with you. Yes, we're gonna go out. We're gonna party. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get together. We're gonna have, play dates with the kids. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. And then when it comes to actually doing it, the thing that you said you're gonna do, you don't do it. Because your values did actually jump in and stop you, because what you're saying around people to blend in with the masses and what you actually feel and what you do is not the same as what you said. You look like you're contradicting your words, your life, and you actually start to have people and friends fall off because they're not going to look at you as dependable or a person of your word. So with that being said, you really want to pay attention to your deep values. You want to be in alignment with your values. So you don't want to be in the moment of just going with the flow. You want to be in the moment consciously with yourself, to allow what you want to allow in as far as thoughts and what you do not want to allow in. So you reject those thoughts to make sure that your thoughts are in alignment with what you value in your life. So your thoughts and your actions with your values will give you this consciousness of your life. And consciousness with cognitive psychology, the meaning of consciousness is subjective awareness of our unique thoughts, feelings, perceptions, sensations, memories in our environment, our unique thought. So when you think about your unique thought, it comes from what you actually know, your knowledge in life, right? So your knowledge coupled with how you perceive that information will build and create the values that you have for your life, whether they're spoken values or non-spoken values, whether they're intentional values, it's a better way to say it, or unintentional values, because we do have sets of values in our life, and some of them are unintentional values, basically meaning that you are creating a habit of things that you do that you value and don't know why you value them, don't know why you do it. You just do it because that's what somebody else did, somebody else told you to do, or you saw somebody else, do that. So it looked, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I like what they did and how they did it. That becomes your perception of the information of what you use from your thoughts, your feelings, your perception, your sensation, your memories, and things that you couple. Because what we do is we'll look at a situation, we attach our understanding to it from an old memory that we had so we can understand what's going on. However, if our perception is not clear, our understanding is not clear, because our knowledge is not where it needs to be to understand it on another level, we are going to get the perception that this is our value, that I like this or I don't like this, or I will do this or I won't do this. And those will actually build our habits every single day. And then those become part of our value system. Basically, our value system creates our habits because our value system tells us how to act. And those habits actually intertwine with our value system, because through triggers, we're going to do and act in a particular way that feels good to us or doesn't. And that's really what it comes down to. What you like and what you don't like. What feels good to you, what doesn't feel good to you. And that's what creates your values and your perception of things. If something doesn't feel good to you, you don't like it, you don't value it. If you do a thing and it feels good to you, you perceive it as good, so you value it. And it becomes part of your system that you're building for yourself. Now, we talked about systems on different levels, and there's so many different types of systems, because you could create and build a system, not only for your business or your personal life, but you could build a system of thinking, a system to help you to create how you want to think, how you should think, and the thought process that will be greater for your success at the end of the day. Because what you want is success. What you want is to create an abundance and a lifestyle, right? But consciousness versus perception, right? Consciousness, you're here in the right now, in the here and now, and you're judging everything off of what's coming to you. So this is your consciousness. Consciousness is you're in the here and now. Your perception is how you feel and judge the things that are coming to you, the information that is coming to you in your life. So how you look at that is going to determine if you're going to add it to your repertoire of values in your life, or if you are going to dismiss it out of your life and don't want to have anything else to ever do with it. You just want to be in the consciousness, in the conscious state of mind, in the here and now, while you're going through your values and the understanding of those values, so you can make conscious, intentional choices of what you want and what you don't want for your life. Consciousness is the awareness of oneself in every aspect of one's life. So are you there? Are you aware? Are you showing up? They have that saying, show up and show out. Are you showing up and showing out for yourself, for your life, and for the values that you created towards your success? Are you showing up for you? Now, you show up for everybody else, Are you showing up for you in the consciousness, in your awareness of the here and now of what you want, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, and also getting into the point of having it as a result in your life, because you're manifesting those results. You're manifesting those thought processes, and you're manifesting that creativeness inside of you that you decided is now your perception of your life. And whatever that perception is, it's fine, because you're absolutely right. It's your life, your perception. You can go however you want to and do it however you want to, because nobody can tell you you're wrong, because everybody is right for their world, for their life, for their perception and the values they hold in their life, because that's what they hold dear, their values. Perception is the process by which the brain receives information about the world through your senses. 5 senses. You hear it, you see it, you smell it, you taste it, you touch it. And between those 5 senses, it's going to allow you to determine if you like it or if you don't like it. And that's really what it is. We're going to keep this really simple. Things that you either like or you don't like, they become part of your value system and your perception because of the knowledge that you have on it. Now, understand this. There could be something that you don't like, and you don't like it because of the lack of knowledge you have about it. So when you increase your knowledge of something you don't like, you may very well start to like it, because there's things about it that you didn't know. Just like a lot of things in this world. There's so many things in this world that we don't know. There's so many things in this world we think we know because somebody taught us that, somebody showed us that, somebody told us that, but we never actually went back to research it and go deeper into it to find out if those are really our values as well. Is that just my mother, my father, my teacher, my husband, my kids' values, and I just picked up on them because I love them, so whatever they say, I'm on board with? Or did you actually research and figure it out for yourself to find out if that's actually something that you really love or like or don't like? Because like I said, you can go research something that you like and find out you don't even like it anymore. You didn't have enough information to actually get a full synopsis to find out if you actually like it or not. You only liked it because somebody you love or care about or respect liked it. And they have only 20% of the understanding. And now they give you the 20% of understanding. And now something you should understand at 100%, you only understand at 20%. And even a lot of the knowledge that we do get, we don't understand 100% of it. Understand that all the things that you know, you don't know 100% of it. Because there's so much knowledge out there, it could take you on one subject your entire life, because it keeps graduating and it keeps moving forward, and it gets very granular in information. It gets very detailed. It gets very fine-tuned, where you have to go and look at and research all the little fine-tunings of something to even understand the bigger picture of it. So you can't understand a part of it and understand all of it, but you can gain enough knowledge and enough understanding to make a conscious, intentional decision on where that stands in your life, because it could be 10 years later and you actually change how you feel about it. And then you change your perception of it. And then you rechange your values. So it then no longer becomes your value. There's some people who have families and maybe have lost their family, or everybody has grown up and moved out like your kids, and now you're home by yourself, or you're home with just your spouse. And those values didn't change because now you have more time to think about what you want. You have more time to focus on your surroundings, because even though that we love them, a lot of times you have a lot of distractions in your life, because the more things you have going on, the more distractions you are capable of having, which are going to take you off your intentional goal of being in the consciousness of the right now. So it's going to take you a little bit more time, effort, and strength and practice to be in the right now in your consciousness. How perception creates your values is to change your values. You can change how you perceive information. So let's say that I look at a glass of water as extremely valuable because it gives me nourishment, right? I can look at that water also as poison. and I can think somebody did something to it. And just the thought of thinking that somebody did something to it will create me to not even want that glass of water. Something that I hold valuable to me, and it's of value to me, I no longer value anymore because of how I thought and perceived that glass of water, because of how someone touched it, how it looks now. It may have looked a different way about 5-10 minutes ago, and now it looks a little different to me. And things in life are going to look different to you depending on how much knowledge and understanding you have at that moment. We change, we grow, we modify our life because of the things that we go through. And then that changes our perception completely. So the things that you think you thought about at 16 and the things that you held valuable at 16 are not those things that you hold valuable anymore at 36. Those are not the same values you have. So your values are changing with your perception of life because of the knowledge and understanding you have of that thing. So understand that. That is a process. It is a system, and it is a universal system that works regardless of what you think it's going to do. But whatever you see, the knowledge you have will give you the perception you have of that thing, and it will give it a value in your life. And then those are the things that you value. So let's go to this next point that I have. And it's on emotions. And this is really big. This is really, really big. People have to understand that emotions dictate your reaction or response to things outside of your world. Your emotions will tell you how you're going to think about a thing. So if you can control your emotions, you can think better of whatever it is that you have to think about. And you can actually get a better understanding without the emotion. The emotion is another distraction because the emotions are there as warnings to us that our brain released a chemical in our mind, in our brain, that made us feel a certain way. So those neurons grabbed that chemical. It made us feel, the neurons feel a certain frequency, because your emotions are frequency. And that frequency is sent out into the body. And then you feel happy, you feel sad, you feel horrified, you feel terrible, you feel sick, you have all these different feelings. And the feelings are just the reaction of the emotion that you have already released from the chemical in your mind. And those neurons and neuroreceptors are going to transmit them throughout your body. So now you have this feeling. And then you think that this feeling is something I have to react or respond to. No, the feeling is a warning to tell you, you just released the chemical into your brain. What are you thinking? Why are you thinking it? What changed right now to release this chemical? And is it appropriate for the situation that you've encountered? You have to make sure that things are in alignment with what you're thinking, what you care about. And you have to get those emotions under control, because you could be so emotional during a situation, you make the wrong choice, the wrong decision, you regret it later, you try to go back and fix it, which creates another distraction in your life. It pulls from your emotion and your energy to make you feel down. Your frequency drops, right? And when that frequency drops, that chemical is released to the neurons that make you feel down and sad. The great thing about that is you are able to change how you feel regardless of what's going on by controlling your emotions. You tell you how to respond and react, what your behavior is. And this is the thing with emotions. They're triggered, and the trigger creates a habit, because triggers have three parts. You have the trigger itself, what caused it, what rang that bell to get it going. Then you have the behavior, which comes after ding. It's like a boxer. You hear the ding, the boxer is in the gym and he's going up with his hands up, he's ready to fight. Now before that ding, his hands are down, he's sitting in the corner, he's waiting for the next round. And your triggers in your mind, your brain is waiting for the next round. What else is going to trigger me? Because there's so many triggers out in this world that we've created and that we respond and react to, that you're always constantly all over the place, right? And when you're all over the place, you're reacting. But when you're in your consciousness and you're moving with intent, you are responding. So be responsive, not reactive, right? Because think of the words responsive. You think of an ambulance going towards somebody's rescue to help them. It's a responder, right? So words are used. It's kind of funny how they all interconnect and they help you to identify things how you perceive them, right? So when you react, what do you think of? You think of a reaction, a reactor, an explosive moment, something that explodes, something that reacts, something that is reactive and it explodes. So think of those like that: reaction, explosion, responding. I'm in an ambulance. And if you give yourself different visualizations for different keywords, you can actually start to change how you think of the things that you are encountering on your everyday life. So if I look at reaction as explosive, then I will stop reacting towards things. I will know and identify when I'm reacting and not responding, because I don't want to be explosive. I want to be the ambulance that's going to help somebody, to go and give somebody assistance because they need it, to give them that to make them feel better, to give them that lift up, to inspire them and motivate them. And you want to be that person. You want to be responsive, responsible. So you want to respond. Look at how those words interact. Respond, responsible, responder. Just understand that these words are all interconnected and they mean certain things, and allow your mind to connect them to the right meaning so you can have the right value system for your life. Because we have unhealthy habits that are caused from these triggers that we have in our life. And there could be somebody else's trigger. It could be your mom's trigger. It could be your dad's trigger. It could be a trigger of another family member, a boss, an employee, a friend, and you acquired these triggers because of people around you, and you just kind of reacted to your environment and accepted parts of other people that are not of you. And now you created these habits that are not of you and are not in alignment of what you want for your life. And then you have to understand that those also determine and create paradigms in our mind that now we are following these new rules and systems that are not ours. And now what we want, we can't achieve because we've acquired paradigms and bad habits of reacting and doing things that are not in alignment to where we want to be. And now we can't understand, why is it almost there? I can't reach it. I'm so close, but I can't get it. But I'm so close. Why do you feel like that? That's because there are some things in your paradigm that are stopping you and self-sabotaging you from getting what you actually want. So go through and be aware of you, meditate, increase your awareness, become in the here and now, and be intentional in what you're doing and what you have set up for your life. The best way to do this is to write it down. The best way to get to the root of your problems is by exploring your emotions and what behavior follows. And because there's also this thing in these three-part process, these three parts of a habit, which is the reward, right? And I look at the reward as your results. And they say, well, when you have a trigger initiated, this trigger just got activated. When your trigger gets activated, it tells you to behave in a certain way, because that's what you taught yourself to do, is to behave in this certain way when this trigger hits. Because what you're looking for is the end reward or result. You want this end result. You want it to you want this result to be the particular way, so you're going to behave a certain way when you're triggered to get what you want. When you look at that in a deeper way and saying, okay, so if I control my behavior. I can't control the trigger. And because I have to know what the trigger is first, right? Once you understand what the trigger is, then you can actually modify your behavior to that trigger to have a more positive outcome for a more positive result. Let me say that again. You can control the trigger once you feel it because you can control your behavior. These are within the bounds of what you are able to control. We're not talking about things that you can't control. We're talking about things that you can control. And once you understand that you control your behavior, then whatever trigger you have, when you feel that emotion from that reaction of that chemical being released into your brain and neuroreceptors are sending out this signal to your body, and you're feeling this emotion. When you feel it, it is a warning. It is not saying that you have to respond or react to your emotion. You don't react to the emotion. You respond to your emotion by thinking about, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling really bad. Why do I feel bad? I'm feeling bad because this and this and this happened, and this person or that person said X, Y, or Z. And that made me feel some type of way. And now that you understand that you're feeling some type of way because you're in the consciousness, you're being mindful right now. You're being mindful of how you're feeling. You're being mindful of what's going on inside your body, the part of your life that you have 100% control over. You are in control of your emotions, your reactions, your responses. Just make them in alignment with your perceived values at this time in your life. Be intentional with that. That makes sense. It should make complete sense. It's like really simple. I want to break it down as simple as possible. You get to the root of your problems by exploring your emotions and thoughts. What behavior follows those thoughts and emotions? What is following that? What is following that? Okay, that's when you do the research on you and you understand that behavior and you're like, you know what? I can't respond like this. I understand that I used to react a certain way to a situation. I no longer even want to react to it, but consciously respond to what I'm going through. So I'm just going to think it through because this is part of my system that I have with myself is I'm thinking it through. I'm not going to react. I'm going to calm down because the emotion that I feel is just a warning sign to let me know, like the engine light comes on, that something I don't like or something I really do like. So depending on what emotion you're feeling, respond appropriately. Even when you're feeling a good emotion, you still want to respond. You don't want to react and be reactive to good things. You want to respond to the good things to make sure they're not just good, but they're absolutely great. You want the result to be amazing and you want it to be towards your success and your goals in your life. So you want to respond to positive emotions and you want to respond to negative emotions because you want to be in the present moment to control the outcome and have the best result ever. Now, the fourth point I want to make is be empathetic. And this is really big when you're talking about mindfulness, about being empathetic. And you want to use empathy, not only towards people outside of you, but to yourself as well. You want to not be sympathetic because you don't want to coddle the situation. You want to be empathetic so you can understand it, come up with the proper solution or proper reaction to respond to whatever situation you're going through. You want to respond, but you want to respond with empathy. You want it to be organic. You don't want it to be forced empathy because people can figure that out. They can feel you because what you have to understand is words have frequencies. Words have feelings, and you can feel what I'm saying. You can feel what they're saying. You can feel when a person truly has empathy for you and when they don't, when it's fake, when it's acting. You don't want to act empathetic. You want to truly be empathetic. And you be empathetic by understanding the situation through knowledge and your perception of the knowledge that you have. And understand this, because this is a big part of empathy. Everybody doesn't understand everything on the level you understand it on. So because they don't understand it on the level you understand it on, be empathetic to people who do not have the understanding or can empathize with your situation. They don't have all the information. They don't have all the understanding, all the knowledge to make the responsive choice, responsible and respond in the responsive choice to actually be on the level that you're on. Everybody is not where you are. Everybody's not going to be where you are. Everybody does not want to be where you are. And nor should everybody be where you are, because you are a special person. You have so many different skills and talent that are identical and are for you and you only. Those talents and skills that you have is not for anybody else. They are for you. They are for you, built for you, by you, for you, because it's part of your system. And you are an amazing person. You are great. You are wonderful, and you are exuberant, whatever you want to do, but every positive word, you are that. So be empathetic to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get so hard on yourself for something you didn't do, should have done, or could have done. And we'll stop those shoulda, coulda, wouldas by being more mindful and being more present into our current situations all the time. When you increase your consciousness, all those shoulda, coulda, wouldas kind of fade off and go away, because now you don't shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what you're going to do because you're right there in the consciousness. You're responding to the situation. You have a deeper understanding with the knowledge that you have to actually make a better choice for the better result in your life that you want for your life. Okay, so empathy can change how you perceive the outside world, because being empathetic helps you understand that everybody is not where you are. Everybody does not have to be where you are, and everybody isn't going to be or want to be where you are. So you accept everybody on the level that they're on. You accept everybody for the level of knowledge that they have, because what all of our responses in this world is off of the knowledge and understanding that we have, because it's how we perceive the world. That's the perception that we built from the knowledge that we have. Increase your knowledge, it will change your perception. And if you change your perception, it will change your behavior. And when your behavior changes, you'll be more consciously aware of what you're doing and have better results. Simple, right? It is really simple. It really is. It just takes practice. Be empathetic, not only to yourself, but to others around you, but be empathetic to what you don't know. Like, don't beat yourself up over what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know that you don't know it until you have an inclination or a question that arises in your mind. I wonder if I could do this. Well, what if I did this? And when you have those epiphanies, it's because you've meditated, cleared your mind, and allowed the right questions to come to your mind so you can have a deeper understanding to so many things in life. And with the deeper understanding to the things in life, you can make better choices that are in alignment with your values, that get you to your goals and to everything that you want for your happiness. Because this is for you, right? This is your greatness. This is your life. This is your manifestation. This is what you want. And if you don't go for what you want, you're going to fall for everything you don't want, right? Empathy increases not only awareness into your hearts, but into the hearts of others. And when you are aware of the hearts of others and what they value and hold near and dear to them, you are able to connect to them in another way, in other ways that people can't connect. Now, I'm really going to get deep into that when I talk about business consulting and business mindfulness, because I love coaching businesses and their teams, because this is the connector that connects management to the employees. And it's not there. That connection is not there. It's because of the lack of mindfulness that the managers have of the employees. I can't understand you. So therefore, you are just another pawn in this game, in this next SWOT analysis for our EBITDA at the end of the year. You're just another pond. We're not going to be a pond. We want to actually be known and look at people as people. And you do that with empathy. You look at them and you be mindful to their life and to what they're wanting, what they hold near and dear to them, and what is their goals. And then you look at their goals, you take it into advisement, and you see how you can help them through your company, your organization, or however the setup is. Find out how you can help them to understand and reach their professional goals. And sometimes those professional goals will also help them reach their personal goals. And when they reach their personal goals and professional goals, when you're reaching both goals, you are at your happiest. And that's how you make happy people around you, happy employees, happy kids, happy husband, is by helping everybody achieve the goals that they want, achieving your goals, and everybody's in alignment. That's what does it. But empathy, be empathetic to what people don't know and what you don't know. Knowledge is such help. This is such an amazing help when you're talking about mindfulness, because like I've been talking through this whole thing, lack of knowledge will decrease your mindfulness and decrease your awareness, decrease your frequency, and decrease your happiness at the end of the day, because your results are not there. So you raise your results by increasing your awareness, increasing your knowledge, increasing your understanding, and going deeper to overstand it, and then allowing it to make conscious choices and decisions in your life that are going to be in alignment and allow you to be the person you want to be for your life and for others around you. You can't be the best boss, the best owner, the best employee, the best parent, mother, whatever your expectations or roles are in your life. You can't be at your best if you're not being mindful of what you're doing every single day, being mindful of what you're putting out there. What are you saying with your body language? What are you saying with the words that are coming out of your mouth? I pay very close attention to the words that come out of people's mouth, because the words that are coming out of your mouth are going to stem from your perception, your values, and what you believe to be true in your life. So your conversation could tell me a lot about your life that you don't even intend for me to know. But because of the words you're using, you're allowing me entrance into realms of your life that you never wanted me into, but you don't even know that you're doing it because you're not aware of what you're saying. You're not aware of the words that you're using because of your lack of understanding and lack of knowledge. Once you increase your knowledge, once you increase your awareness, once you increase your perception and change your values, things around you are just going to fall exactly where they're meant to fall. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to struggle with it. You don't have to fight with it. It's not an Einstein formula to create something in your life. It just happens automatically. All you need to do is be here and now, gain your knowledge and understanding so you can actually make better choices for your life that are going to get you to where you want to go. Because you're an amazing person. You're an amazing person. You have so many things inside of you that we all want to see. Please give us your gifts, because it makes us better and it makes you better. And that's what you're here for. You're here to display your gifts and talents to the world, to change somebody and something in this world to be better. And that's what you want. You being better will create greatness in your life. So start with self, because that's the only part that you can control. Mind your business so much that nothing else matters but your business. And they'll say, well, you're selfish. No, I am selfless, because if I put me first, then I can increase your greatness from inside of me. And it starts with me being selfish, so I can gain that insight, that intuition, and the instincts of me, so I could be better for you. I can't increase you and give you everything that's going to make you happy, and if I don't do it for myself first. Because the energy that you get from being happy, from being exuberant, from feeling so good and getting everything you want is going to radiate out. You don't have to do anything, because that frequency is going to just radiate out. And when that frequency radiate out, it's going to bring it right back. It's a 360 loop, because energy never stops moving. It's going to come right back to you. So don't put that negativity out there. Put the positivity out there. Make sure you're on the right frequency by meditating and using your mindfulness, being in the here and now consciously and intentfully staging your life through planning every single day intentionally to make things happen the way that you want them to happen, to make things pop and get the results that you want for your life, right? If you get very forgetful, it's because you're not being mindful. Because mindfulness's arch enemy is forgetfulness. And if you're constantly forgetting, it's because you're not being mindful. Because you're not there. You're not in the present. You did it without thinking about it, which means you acted off of pure habit when you did it. So when you did that thing and you acted off of pure habit and you did it, you weren't mindful. So then guess what? You did 3 other things while you did that unconscious thing where you just kind of just did it because it was on automatic. And 3 other things happened. You got a phone call that your baby asked you for something and you answered your baby. And now you went over here and you did this. And then later that day, you don't even remember. I forgot. I told my baby I was going to do this. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to do this. Oh, I forgot. I did say that. I did have that conversation. Be in the present moment. Be conscious. Be mindful. By meditating, slowing down your thoughts, controlling your emotions, controlling how you're thinking, controlling the words that are coming out of your mouth because you're saying a lot by just the actual words that you use and you don't understand it because we weren't taught that. We were engineered socially to do as we are told so we can keep exposing our hand even though we're not in poker because of how we speak and the words that we use when we're conversing with others. And we're conversing with ourselves. You're teaching yourself how to even accept yourself by how you talk about yourself, which leads me to the last point. Personal development. Be accountable for everything that you say, you do, or you hear. Reduce your fear and your worry. Let it go. Because with your personal development, you have to let go of the bad to allow the good in. Remember they say, get rid of the old to allow the new in. Get rid of the old way of thinking. Get rid of the old habits. Get rid of the old paradigms. Get rid of the old conversations and have new habits, new paradigms, new conversations to have a new result in your life. And you could do this by affirmations, right? Affirmations alone won't get you there. And we can go over some affirmations because you are an amazing person. You are wealthy, you are healthy, you are strong. And then you, for yourself, say, I am. And you do this in front of the mirror. You go in front of the mirror and you say, I am amazing. I am healthy. I am intelligent. I am strong. I am loving. I am caring. I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am the epitome of servitude. I want to serve others. I want to make others inspired. I want to motivate others. I want them to be happy. I am happiness. I am inspiration. I am motivation. Don't say what you want or say, I wish I could have. No, I am motivation. I am wealth. I am love. I am prosperity, right? Speak positively over to your life. Then you reaffirm yourself by business wants me. If you're a business owner, you want to be in a business, say business wants me. The things that you want to attract to you, you say they want you. That is the attraction. They want you. You want them. Like attracts like. Business wants me. Clients want me. Customers want me. Money wants me. Prosperity wants me. Love wants me. Whatever. Say that thing that wants you because that's what you want in your life. Followed up with, I am. I am worthy. I am deserving. Because you are. You are worthy to have, and you are deserving to have everything and anything that you want. It just takes you to know that you are capable of having it by changing how you think about it so you can change your results to your life and produce everything that you want for your life through the words that you use, not only to others, but to yourself as well. If you can't speak highly and well over others' lives, you're not going to speak highly and well over yours, because everything that you say negatively against somebody else's life, law of attraction in universe, you are attracting that exact same thing right back to you. So if you want somebody to get sick or to die or to fail or to stumble and to have troubles, guess what? You just told yourself and the universe you want all those things. Because if you wish it on somebody else, you got to want it for yourself. That's universal law, right? So if you're wishing negativity and bad things on others, trust me, it's not going to help, because that's a paradigm in itself. Gossiping, negative conversations about others, talking about others. Those are gossiping. And all that gossiping is words that you're putting out into the universe to manifest into your life. So if you don't want those things to come to your life and you don't want to be any part of that and you don't need that to come and disrupt your values, don't talk them over anybody else's life. That's why you should have empathy. That's why you need to have empathy over other people and empathize with their situation, empathize with whatever it is that they want, they love, they admire, they are attracted to. That's them. And that's their life. And they're totally able to do that. They don't need your permission. The only permission that is needed here is your permission to be empathetic, love yourself, be in the consciousness, be mindful of your life and what you want and your goals, and making sure that they align with everything that you want. If they don't align, you're going to get results that you don't want. If they align, you're getting results that you do want. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to go to school and get some master degree or doctoral degree to understand what you want and what you don't want. Therefore, you are able to create in your life everything that you want by thinking only of the things that you want and not of the things that you don't want. Thinking highly of others and thinking highly of yourself. Being accountable for how you think and what you do, but being empathetic to yourself where you're not beating yourself up because of what you did or did not do that you felt you should have done or could have done or would have done. Understand that all of these things help to move the needle in your life to be the person that you want to be and to bring the greatness to you that you deserve, that you want, that's going to make you feel good. Because when you feel good, you're going to make others around you feel good also. And that goodness will just keep multiplying around you to where everybody who is meant to be in your life and around you will be on the same frequency, in alignment with what you want, and it will be happiness. That's what they call euphoria. That's what they call engaging into the consciousness of your life and understanding what it means to you and your results. So I just want to do a little recap, because I want you to understand that increasing your attention to things outside of you, using meditation to increase your attention to things outside of you and inside of you, is going to be dramatic in your results. I promise you it will be. Just that. Align your values by changing your perception to match your goals for your success. Align that. Make sure that it's in perfect alignment. Control your emotions. Don't let them to be all over the place. They call it the monkey mind, where emotions are bouncing all over and you're being reactive to your emotions. Be responsive to your emotions. Understand that it's just giving you a warning sign, and you just need to read the signals and read the warning, understand what you're thinking, and respond appropriately. Be empathetic with yourself and others, because that understanding goes a long way. Gain knowledge of your environment and personal development. Be accountable and say your affirmations to yourself. And that is all that I have for you today on mindfulness. I am Desiree Williams with Blank Tag Consulting. You can reach me at DesireeWilliams@blanktag.org. You can also follow me on Facebook under Desiree Passionate One Williams. You can also follow me on Facebook under blank_tag_. My Instagram is also blank_tag_. I am open for consulting, coaching, counseling, and inspiring. You all have an amazing Sunday and enjoy the rest of your week. Self-love, self-care right now. Go out there and do something that's going to put the biggest smile on your face ever, and just enjoy the day. I don't care what's going on. I don't care how bad it is. Enjoy you. Enjoy your life. Smile, be happy, and spread that love. I'll see y'all next week when I have another person I'm going to bring on and interview them so you can get their perception on their business and on their mindset and how they got there to be where they are in their life. I'll see y'all later. Have an amazing weekend.